Guinness Chocolate Cake. It's what's on the menu today. Hi guys, Michelle here. Welcome back to the Traveling Epicurean. I am with a very passionate cook today. I'm so excited because she's going to share with us her Guinness Chocolate Cake recipe. This is Ellen McMahon.
Good morning.
And so Ellen, is this one of your favorite chocolate cake recipes? You cook so much?
One of my favorites.
It is?
Guinness Chocolate Beer cupcakes that everyone loves no matter where we take them.
Yeah.
I also have a recipe for chocolate mayonnaise cake.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
That is very moist.
It's very
and
moist,
a Texas
right?
fudge cake, which is ideal for picnics. It's very, very large and absolutely fabulous.
Well, it sounds like those are going to be some other shows. I'll be back in a couple of weeks.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Well, you're so organized here. Why don't we show everybody what we're going to need to get this Guinness chocolate cake going? Now, this set over here is for the cake.
That's correct.
Okay, so what do we have here?
We have 3/4 of a cup of Dutch processed cocoa.
Okay.
2 cups of sugar, 1 stick of butter, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of baking soda, 3/4 of a cup of sour cream, which adds to the moistness.
Certainly does.
And the eggs, a teaspoon of vanilla, a pinch of salt, and the key ingredient,
The Guinness.
Guinness. Yes.
And do we have a sip afterwards, or do we need the whole bottle?
Before, during, and after is my recommendation.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. I love it.
It is.
And now you had a special name for this Grenache topping, right?
Yes, this recipe was given to me by my daughter-in-law's mother, who is of Scandinavian descent.
Ooh.
And if you've never had Scandinavian food, you have really missed an experience. It's fabulous.
Oh,
Everything is
I'm
fabulous.
sure it is.
So this is their Viennese chocolate frosting. So we will be using 6 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate pieces,
Okay.
a stick of butter, 4 egg yolks.
Ooh, that's going to be nice and rich.
Yes, very. And 2 tablespoons of confectioner's sugar.
Oh my
And it
goodness.
is wonderful.
I'm in heaven already.
Right,
So
yeah.
let's start putting these ingredients together and making these lovely cupcakes.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, Michelle, first we're going to add the cocoa powder.
Okay. And now what kind of cocoa is that? Is that...
It's Dutch process
Yeah.
cocoa.
Okay.
That's available at any grocery store.
Sure. Like a Hershey's cocoa?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I use Hershey's
Yes.
a lot.
Yes. That's more readily available.
Yeah. Exactly.
And 2 cups of sugar,
Okay.
2 cups of flour, and baking soda.
And baking soda. Okay. So you're getting all the dry ingredients in there.
Correct.
All right.
And we're going to whisk those together
Okay.
thoroughly. Make sure everything is evenly distributed.
Exactly.
And you know that has happened when you see all of the chocolate.
Yeah.
It's all set.
So the dry is all good. And then we'll add all the wet ingredients.
In another bowl. Whisk this a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to whisk this to combine it just a little bit.
Okay.
Now we're going to add our beer. Now, what I do is to avoid having foam
Yeah.
ahead.
Yes.
I add the beer, running it slowly down the side so
side.
that it does not foam too much.
Exactly.
That's not something you want in the cupcakes.
Sounds like you used to bartend there, Ellen. That's a very good pour, I'd say.
Okay. So we're going to just whisk this back and forth, side to side. Then we're going to add the eggs one at a time.
Okay. And I think that side to side really helps not incorporating air.
That's
and
correct.
Getting it foamy
That's
again.
exactly right.
Exactly.
So there's 1, 2. Just break up that yolk. And 3. And again, make sure you get every last
drop.
bit.
Yeah.
So that looks pretty well combined. So
Okay.
now we're going to add our sour cream.
Now, you added the whole beer.
I did. Yes,
Okay.
12 ounces.
Now, where's our sips?
Well, that's why you
I'm
always
kidding.
have a second bottle on
Yeah,
hand.
there you go. Okay. All right. Oh, the sour cream. Now I think
The
that
sour
cream in cakes is just magical.
It is.
It really is, isn't it?
I've never had a cake that had sour cream in the ingredients that wasn't moist, and
just satiny. It's just delicious.
it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's thoroughly combined,
That is starting to look amazing.
and it's starting to smell quite good, don't you
Picking
think?
up, yes, the aroma is unbelievable.
So now we're going to add our dry ingredients, and I add them in 3 or 4 increments to make sure everything is well incorporated. So here are a few. What I love most about this recipe is people rave over it, and it's little if any work.
Isn't that nice?
Well, these are never left over.
Yeah,
that
these are
I
never
can tell
left
you.
over. Okay.
I do, however, make batches of these and freeze them, as you said, put them in the refrigerator for my husband, who
nice.
loves them,
Yeah,
and
that's
we'll have
wonderful.
one every night. And this is thickening up,
Certainly is. Look how beautiful that is.
so this will be our last addition.
Okay. I'm gonna need a spoonful of that.
Absolutely. Please do.
Well, you know, it just smells incredible.
We have to make sure it's fit.
Oh my goodness,
Isn't it delicious?
that is amazing.
It is.
The flavor, I mean, it's just a soft flavor of that Guinness.
It is. It's a subtle flavor that becomes even more subtle after it's baked.
I could just eat the batter. Who needs to bake the cake?
Correct. Right.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Okay.
So I see you using a scooper there.
So I used a scoop, a large scoop, just to make sure that all the cupcakes are the same size, that they're all uniform, and that they bake evenly.
yeah.
So a generous scoop in each one, which will end up with the cupcake papers 3/4 full.
Yes.
And that's what you're looking for. So they freeze very, very well.
I love to freeze cupcakes. That's wonderful
Yes.
to be able to do.
And Jim just takes them out of the freezer, one every night.
Yeah, it sounds like my kids and I.
Right.
So now, he also told me that with all your recipes, because you have such an array of recipes
I
that
do.
you've been collecting over the years,
I do.
that you put hearts next to his favorite
I
recipes.
do. Which the book is full of recipes that have his hearts.
Oh, that is the sweetest thing I ever heard. So with all these wonderful recipes that you have, you've been collecting them for years, right?
I have.
She writes down the details on that recipe, the place, the people, where it came from.
Yes,
Right?
their name and the year they gave it to me. As I'm making these recipes, I can remember where I was with that individual, what the occasion was, whose
By
kitchen
reading
counter I
the
was sitting
details,
at.
right?
Yes, saying,
That's-
oh, this is so good.
Oh, I love that.
And the recipes are special to me.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are going to go into the oven at 350 degrees,
Okay.
Michelle, and we will rotate them halfway through.
Oh, wonderful. All right, let's get these in the oven.
So now on to the frosting.
Yes, this wonderful frosting.
So we are going to melt 6 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate pieces.
Which is about a half a bag, right?
correct.
Because
That's a
12
12-ounce bag. A 1/4 cup of water.
Okay. And now are we melting this in the microwave?
Yes.
Okay. Nice and easy. Okay. And also, now it's important to do this probably first because this needs to sit in the refrigerator for a couple hours.
Thank you for mentioning that. Yes. This must go into the refrigerator for at least an hour, preferably 2. It's coming together
Butter and chocolate.
quickly. What's not to love about butter
Give me
and
another
chocolate?
spoon, Ellen. We just have an assortment of spoons to be tasting everything.
Have that nice and smooth. Now, we're going to put this in the refrigerator to let it cool down just slightly before we add our eggs. So now we're going to add our egg yolks to the lukewarm chocolate. And now, last but just 2 tablespoons.
It's a minimal amount of
It is, because the semi-sweet chocolate is already sweet enough.
That's true, that's true.
So now we'll just blend this until it's satiny smooth and put it in the refrigerator.
Okay, you're gonna hand me that?
You betcha.
My kids were really wishing that they were here. Oh my goodness. That's to die for. Really, really good. So what I love about putting this frosting on here is you're using a scoop.
Correct.
It makes it nice and easy.
And everyone gets equal proportions, although
There you go.
I'm sure some would like more than others. So before doing that, we're going to use the hand blender
Okay.
and just loosen up.
Yeah. And it really does make it creamy
Correct.
again.
When it's in the refrigerator, developing,
Yeah.
it gets on the thick side,
It does.
but we quickly smooth everything out with the hand blender.
It's probably one of the most delicious. Here, I'll grab the spoon and do some smoothing for you.
That sounds great. We'll split one of these.
Okay. Split one. I want my own. Isn't that beautiful? Even the frosting smells good. So thank you for this glass of milk because this is going to go perfect with that cupcake.
Okay, dig in.
Oh my goodness. A fork for you, Ellen.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me over.
Thank you for coming,
You're an
Michel.
absolute sweetheart.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
this recipe is amazing. I can't wait to dig in. And we have a glass of milk to go with this.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, look how moist this is. Oh my goodness. That sour cream really with that magical ingredient there. We're being so dainty and using a fork. I love that. Oh my goodness. That is so wonderful. Oh, it's moist, yet it's light, and the flavors. I love those flavors.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, whether you're Irish or not. You'll
right.
love the cupcakes.
You're gonna love these cupcakes. To find this recipe for these amazing Guinness Chocolate Cupcakes, go to thetravelingepicurean.com. You guys have a great day, and we can't wait to see you next week. Ciao!
Bye. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. To find this recipe for these amazing Guinness chocolate cake recipes.
Guinness Beer.
Guinness chocolate cake cupcakes. Okay.
Guinness chocolate cupcakes. We don't need to say. It's Guinness and chocolate.
Are you drinking the Guinness?
No.
We're drinking, we can't even say cupcake. Okay, 2 seconds.
Close the door. Okay, see.
I just have one line to say and then I'm
I
turning it all
know,
off.
one line and you're having trouble.
I know, we can't get the words out because I
I've had too much frosting and
That's
Too much
too much
Guinness,
frosting,
too much
too much Guinness. Find the recipe for these amazing chocolate cake. God. Sometimes I say, oh dang it.
I say rats all the time, among other things.